Hey y'all, my name is Kayla and welcome to my cozy chaotic corner of the internet. I'm future Kayla. I decided to do an intro for this video because the Kayla you're about to see, she's a little groggy, she's a little tired. She spent 5 minutes just staring into blank space. I cut that out for you.
You're welcome.
But I figured I'd just do a quick intro. In today's video, we are going to be hopping around some local independent bookstores to Minneapolis. So with all that noted, we are going to take a little trip back in time to a slightly disheveled, groggy version of me. Today is gonna be a fun day. I'm gonna go take a shower and then we are going to go on a book shopping adventure. I'll see y'all in a bit. Okay, y'all, so I just parked and I just have to say it is always awkward like parking in more residential areas because like I'm parked in front of someone's house right now. It's just always weird. So off to our first place. Okay, y'all, so I just wrapped up at Birch Bark Books. It is in a very residential area, so not a lot really to do around the area, but it is also right by Lake of the Isles, so if you're taking a little stroll around the lake, I would definitely recommend taking a little detour because it's like 2 blocks away from the lake. So one of like the wild things about the Lake of the Isles, I don't know about the other lakes, just because I don't Minneapolis that often, is that Lake of the Isles is surrounded by all of these absolutely some gorgeous, some questionable in taste mansions. I don't know, I feel like if I were dropping millions of dollars on a home, it wouldn't be in the cities, but you know, to each their own. Today's big debate: how long can I go with keeping this jacket on? It is currently 54 degrees outside and it's supposed to get up to 70 today, and as you can see, I'm already starting to get a little dewy. Hey, future Kayla again. Well, present Kayla again. Technically for y'all, this is past Kayla. I hope y'all enjoyed that little tour of some independent bookstores in Minneapolis. I did want to share my little book haul because I didn't actually film any of the books I actually picked up. So first and foremost, let's start with Birch Bark Books. This is a bookstore that specializes in books and stories from Native authors. It was a really cute bookstore. And as I noted in the footage y'all watched earlier, It is more in a residential area. I believe a restaurant is opening up next door to it, if I recall correctly. I remember there was like some sort of construction going on one of the storefronts next to it, but it is in a residential area about 2 blocks from Lake of the Isles in Minneapolis. So if you want to do a little jaunt around the lake and then hop on over to the bookstore, and if that restaurant did end up opening by now, little storytime tangent aside, let's delve into the books I picked up at Birchbark Books. First and foremost, we have The Hatak Witches, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm just obsessed with this cover. We know by now, Kayla is a cover hoe. Kayla is a cover hoe, and I wear that badge proudly. The story is a baffling museum murder that appears to be the work of twisted human killer result in an unexpected and violent confrontation with powerful shapeshifters for Choctaw detective Monique Bluehawk. Blending tribal beliefs and myths into a modern context, The Hatak Witches continues the storyline of Choctaw cosmology and cultural survival that are prominent in Devon's award-winning novel, The Roads of My Relations. I think I have to do further work into it because it sounds like this might be a part 2 or a continuation. It is about a detective. It is about Detective Bluehawk. And one thing I'll note about like detective and true crime books is they're very much like CSI episodes, right? So each episode is its own little storyline, but if you watch them in chronological order, you learn more about like the actual detectives and characters there are. So I think I can read this one without reading The Roads of My Relations. But yeah, this is apparently a horror thriller true crime, so I'm intrigued. The next book I got from Birchbark Books is The Sisters of the Lost Nation by Nick Medina. Now, this story is about a woman who works at a casino and lives on a reservation, and she is dealing with trying to figure out what is going on with all of these girls that are going missing. And she really gets drawn even further into figuring out what is going on because her sister Grace is now one of the girls that has disappeared. And this is a mystery. It has some paranormal presence in it, some spiritual presence in it, and I'm just really excited to delve into this. Okay, so the next bookstore I went to was Majors and Quinn. This is a massive bookstore, y'all. It was so big. Every time I thought I had reached the back of the bookstore, like more bookstore kept unfolding in front of me. And what I really actually loved about this bookstore is a mixture of used books and new books. One of the books I picked up was The Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware, and this actually is a book about a woman who is invited to a luxury cruise line. It's very exclusive, very limited. Oh, I forgot to mention the woman is a journalist. So she's invited onto this cruise line, very luxe, gorgeous, beautiful, having the time of her life, really enjoying the life of luxury, until one night she has a nightmare where she sees a woman being thrown overboard. But the next morning when she expresses what she witnessed, they like look into it a little bit because, you know, that's a little alarming. You see someone get thrown overboard. But every single passenger and crew member on that boat are accounted for after the fact. So the book goes into her just trying to explain herself and be like, no, y'all, I literally saw someone go overboard. And I just need you to understand and realize what I'm talking about. The other book I picked up from Majors and Quinn is Death Note Volume 2. This is part of the Black Edition. I am working to build up my collection of Death Note, specifically the Black Edition, because, I mean, this book is stunning. I decided I just had to snag it. I had to pick it up. And then the final bookstore I went to was called Comma, a Bookshop. Such a cute name. This was definitely the smallest bookstore I went to, but very clean girl aesthetic in this one. What I did get at Comma, a Bookshop was The Last Park Ranger, and this is a mystery fiction book. It is about a park ranger who has all of this weird stuff going on, and he just is trying to figure out what the heck is going on here. There's like a conspiracy theory situation going on. There are trappers actively shooting and killing animals within the national park system. So that is what this book is about. Next, we have A Tempest, a Tea. And this is about a woman who owns a tea house in London, England, in the UK, across the pond. And during the day it's a tea house, but at night their clientele are of the blood drinking variety. And this cover is just like gorgeous, gorgeous. Finally, from Comma Bookshop, I picked up West Heart Kill by Dan McDorman. And this is literally on the inside cover is just like a classic whodunit with some modern day twists. And I'm just like sold. I love a good whodunit. I love just trying to like rack my brain throughout an entire story trying to figure out what's going on. I love when I get it absolutely right on my very first guess. And I love when I get to the end and I'm like, well, I didn't see that coming. Love a good whodunit murder mystery situation. I hope you enjoyed my adventure to some Minneapolis independent bookstores, and I also hope that y'all are seeing this on upload day, because this weekend actually is Independent Bookstore Day on Saturday, April 27th. I would definitely recommend just doing a quick Google search of Independent Bookstore Day and then like your area, whether it's a city, a general town. Like for me, I just searched Independent Bookstore Day 2024 Twin Cities. And even if you can't check out your independent bookstores in person, I would definitely recommend looking up your independent bookstores and maybe seeing if you can purchase online. I know a lot of the ones in the Twin Cities offer shipping nowadays, so hopefully y'all have bookstores in your area that offer shipping. Otherwise, if you live in an area that just doesn't really have independent bookstores, I would definitely recommend checking out bookshop.org and purchasing books from that website. They have the option of being able to select an independent bookstore, whether it's your own personal independent bookstore or maybe there's an independent bookstore you went to once upon a time in a land far, far away. You can select that bookstore and they actually donate to those bookstores and help, keep independent bookstores afloat. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment down below. Let me know, are you planning on partaking in Independent Bookstore Day? You're seeing this after the fact. Did you partake in Independent Bookstore Day? And if you did, what was like your favorite part? Did you pick out a great book? Did they have some fun events going on for you? I really, really, really want to know. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, because guess what? I plan on partaking in my Independent Bookstore Day, hitting up a bunch of local bookstores. My pocketbook is not gonna like me after this one. I will be sharing a video with y'all sometime in May of my adventure to all the independent bookstores to the Twin Cities. So again, subscribe, turn on your notifications so you get notified when that video comes up, and I will see y'all in our next bookish adventure. Bye.